Hello everyone, my name is Serafi and I'm happy to meet you all, and today we're going to play some Lunalight. Lunalight is a really powerful, really fun deck that basically summons an unstoppable monster that can blow up your opponent's entire board and kill them out of nowhere. I don't know why they decided to release this deck after they released Magnus, but you are still unaffected, and I guess they're female, which has relevance to some people. Lunalights have 3 one-card combos, which are pretty interesting, and let's go ahead and cover these. Now, before I get started, I do want to note that Lunalights crack boards like walnuts inside of Liger Dancer's thighs. You do not need to play this deck going first. It is a very good deck at going second. You pass, you let them go, then on your turn, you summon Liger Dancer, blow up their board, attack them directly, win the game. And there are lots of ways that you can do that, even through Disruption, playing cards like Book of Eclipse and Heavy Polymerization. But if you absolutely insist on going first, here's the way that you do it. So, normal summon Gold Leo. Gold Leo effect: when it's summoned, add a Lunalight monster from your deck to your hand, then discard a card. So we're going to add the Lunalight Yellow Marten. Then we discard for card effect, not cost, which triggers Yellow Marten's effect. We are not going to activate Gold Leo's effect, however. Now we add Lunalight Masquerade from deck to hand, which we will then activate. Alright, now we'll activate Lunalight Masquerade's effect, and we send the Lunalight Silverhound from deck to graveyard. Silverhound's effect activates, allowing us to special summon the Lunalight Kaleido Chick from our deck. We are still not using Gold Leo's effect, by the way. Kaleido Chick's effect, we're going to send the Lunalight Tiger from deck to graveyard, and now we activate Gold Leo's effect, which will allow us to target the Tiger and add it back to our hand. That's right. Lunalight Tiger, which was limited to 1 in the TCG for years, has been turned into a 1-of. Absolutely ridiculous. You don't need more than 1 of this card anymore because you can easily search it. Alright, so we are going to activate the effect of Lunalight Yellow Marten in the graveyard, return Kaleido Chick to our hand to special summon itself, then we activate Tiger, and we're going to Xyz summon into our rank 4 Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Tenki. Or Tiger King, I mean. But Tiger King's effect is when this card is Xyz summoned, you can set an Xyz or a Tenki spell or trap. So we'll activate Tenki's effect, and we're going to use it to add the Lunalight Black Sheep from deck to hand. Now we activate Black Sheep's effect, and we're going to discard it to add Poly. Then we activate Tiger's effect, and we're going to use it to revive our Black Sheep. And now we'll activate Polymerization. And we're going to fuse Black Sheep with Kaleido Chick to summon Lunalight Perfume Dancer. It's important to note that for Lunalight Perfume Dancer, you have to place it in the left, center, or right zone for the combo to work. Alright, now we are going to activate Perfume Dancer's effect as a Chainlink 1. We will activate Kaleido Chick's effect as a Chainlink 2, targeting the Polymerization in our graveyard. And we will activate Black Sheep's effect as a Chainlink 3. We will not activate Lunalight Masquerade's effect because it allows you to return a Polymerization from your graveyard to your hand, and we are not going to be doing that since we're already getting it back with Kaleido Chick. So now we will return the Kaleido Chick to our hand. Kaleido Chick adds back the Poly, and then Perfume Dancer is going to add Lunalight Perfume from our deck to our hand. Alright. Now we're going to activate Perfume Dancer's effect. We're going to return the Tiger from our from our field to our hand, which will allow us to special summon Kaleido Chick again. Alright, then we scale Tiger. Alright, Kaleido Chick effect, and we are going to send the Emerald Bird from our deck to the graveyard. Then we activate Lunalight Tiger's effect, and we're going to bring back Emerald Bird. We link Kaleido Chick and Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Tenki, Tiger King into Cross Sheep. and make sure that cross sheep points to Lunalight Perfume Dancer. Then we activate Lunalight Perfume, and we're going to use its effect to special summon back our Kaleido Chick to the zone cross sheep points to. That triggers cross sheep, allowing us to bring back our Lunalight Black Sheep. Kaleido Chick's effect, we're going to send Leo Dancer from our extra deck to the graveyard. And now we'll activate Polymerization, and we're going to fuse all 4 of the Lunalight monsters on our field into Lunalight Liger Dancer. Alright. Black Sheep's effect is a Chain Link 1. Emerald Bird's effect is a Chain Link 2. Targeting Kaleido Chick. Masquerade's effect is a Chain Link 3, which will allow us to return Polymerization to our hand. We will not discard it. They'll ask us to if we want to discard, we don't have to. Bring back the Kaleido Chick. And then from our graveyard, we're going to add Gold Leo. Alright, now we activate Lunalight Perfume's effect. We're going to banish it from our graveyard. We discard the Polymerization that we added to our hand to add Lunalight Wolf from our deck to our hand. Then we activate Wolf. And we will use Kaleido Chick. We're going to mill a Gold Leo. And now we will activate Wolf's Pendulum effect, allowing us to banish from our graveyard Leo Dancer, Gold Leo, Emerald Bird, and Black Sheep. So we summon a second Liger Dancer. Lastly, we're going to Pendulum summon the Gold Leo from our hand. And with this, we can now link these 2 monsters into IP Masquerade. And there you go. You can see we have 2 monsters on our board that are powerful fusion monsters. We also have Cross Sheep and IP Masquerade. And we have both of our pendulum scales to set up good pendulum summons. So let's take a look at our end board. During our opponent's turn, we can use IP Masquerade and Cross Sheep to link summon. You have 2 options. You can either make SP Little Knight if you are a coward. This will allow you to target a card on the field or in either graveyard and banish it. Then, if your opponent activates a card or fight, you can target 2 monsters on the field, including SP Little Knight, and banish both of them until the end of the turn. Or, you can also make Mech Knight Crusadia Avramax, using Cross Sheep and the IP Masquerade. Mech Knight Crusadia Avramax, while this link summon cards on the field, your opponent cannot target this card with card effects, and their monsters cannot target monsters for attacks except this one. Once per battle during damage calculation, if this card battles a special summon monster, as a quick effect, you can make this card gain attack equal to that monster's attack for damage calculation only. If this link summon card you control is sent to the graveyard by an opponent's card effect, you can shuffle 1 card on the field into the deck without targeting. And then if you use IP Masquerade to make this card cannot be destroyed by card effects. It's really hard to out. Lunalight Liger Dancer says, unaffected by card effects except Lunalight cards, and as a soft once per turn, you can send 1 Lunalight monster from your extra deck to the graveyard to destroy all your opponent's special summon monsters. So you can do this effect twice. Since it's unaffected by card effects, the only way to get rid of it would be to destroy it in battle, which is why we're going to make Avramax so that they can't even target Lunalight Liger Dancer with battle. And then in the graveyard, we have our Lunalight Silverhound. Lunalight Silverhound. When a spell or trap card or effect is activated on the field, as a quick effect, you can banish this card, and one Lunalight fusion monster from your graveyard to negate the activation. So we have our Perfume Dancer still in the graveyard. So we will be able to negate a spell or trap card our opponent controls. There you go. Pretty solid end board. You can do all this going second as well, and you will have the ability to just blow your opponent up and attack, for, what is this, 76 times 2, 152,000 damage. Cool. All right, let's take a look at the next 1-card combo. Okay, so now what do we do if we have Tenki and nothing else? Let's start things off with Tenki, and we'll use its effect to add Gold Leo. So now, the initial part of our combo, when we had Gold Leo, was to Xyz summon to get Tenki. And that was our way of getting Lunalight Masquerade out and other things like that. We won't have that option this time, so our board's going to be a little bit different. Normal summon Gold Leo and use its effect. This time we're going to draw Silver Hound from our deck and discard it. Silver Hound's effect. This will allow us to special summon Kaleido Chick from our deck. And in this instance, we're going to use Kaleido Chick to send the Lunalight Black Sheep from deck to graveyard. That will trigger Gold Leo, target the Black Sheep to add it back to our hand. Now we activate Black Sheep, and we're going to use its effect to search Polymerization. Activate Polymerization and fuse the two monsters into Lunalight Perfume Dancer. And this is, it doesn't matter what zone it is. Perfume Dancer's effect is a Chain Link 1, Kaleido Chick's effect is a Chain Link 2 to return Polymerization to the hand. Alright, now we activate Lunalight Perfume, and we're going to use it to bring back Kaleido Chick. Then we activate Kaleido Chick's effect, and we're going to send Lunalight Leo Dancer from our extra deck to the graveyard. Now you might think, okay, this is where we're going to fusion summon. No, we don't have enough materials. So we're going to activate Perfume Dancer's effect. We return Kaleido Chick to our hand, and then we can special summon Kaleido Chick back to the field. And in case you're wondering, no, we don't have to have a Lunalight card in our hand. So I do have Gold Leo in my hand right now because I started with it. You don't have to. This effect says, when you target a Lunalight card you control, return it to the hand of the X deck, then you can special summon a Lunalight monster from your hand. So since the effect is not mandatory, you can activate the effect even if you don't have any Lunalight cards in your hand, making this a true one-card combo. Alright, Kaleido Chick's effect, we're going to send Yellow Martin from our deck to the graveyard. Alright, now we will link these two monsters into Cross Sheep. Next up, we're going to activate Lunalight Perfume's effect. We banish it from our graveyard and discard the Polymerization to add Lunalight Wolf from our deck to our hand. Pendulum Scale Wolf, and we'll use its effect. We're going to fusion summon using Leo Dancer, Perfume Dancer, Black Sheep, and Gold Leo to the zone that Cross Sheep points to. This will allow us to special summon the Kaleido Chick back to our field. Kaleido Chick effect, we are going to send the other copy of Leo Dancer to our graveyard. Then we activate Lunalight Yellow Martin's effect, and we return Lunalight Wolf to our hand. Special summon it. Then we will exceed these two monsters into Dugara's number 60 Dugara's the Timeless. Dugara's effect, detach two materials to revive a monster from the graveyard, which will be Kaleido Chick again. Kaleido Chick effect again, just milling forever. We're going to send Gold Leo from deck to graveyard. Now we will link these two monsters into IP Masquerade. Then we scale Wolf. And we activate its effects to fusion summon a second Liger Dancer using Leo Dancer, Kaleido Chick, Gold Leo, and Yellow Martin. Everything that's not Silver Hound. There's our fusion summon. And now we have the same board as before, but we can't use the effect of Silver Hound to negate a spell or trap card until we've activated the effect of Liger Dancer. So Liger Dancer can send a Lunalight monster from our X deck to the graveyard to destroy all our opponent's special summon monsters. For us to use Silver Hound's graveyard effect, we have to banish it and a Lunalight fusion monster from our graveyard. So that's the only difference by starting with Tenki. There you go. Now we have one more one-card combo to show you. Now, Lunalight Masquerade. This card is technically a starter, although it is a 1.5 card combo as opposed to a 1 card combo. Still, it is better than nothing. Let's get started. We'll activate Masquerade and we'll use its effects. During the main phase, if this card was activated this turn, you could send a Lunalight monster from your deck to the graveyard. Mill Silverhound. Silverhound effect allows us to add a monster from our deck to our hand. So we're going to add Lunalight, or special summon a monster from our deck, which will be Gold Leo. Gold Leo's effect, now we get to add a monster from our deck to our hand, which will be our Collider Chick, but then we have to discard something else. So this is where the 1.5 comes in. Alright. Normal summon Collider Chick effect, and we're going to send the Lunalight Black Sheep from deck to graveyard, trigger the Gold Leo to add Black Sheep to our hand. Black Sheep effect, discard it to add Polymerization. Activate Polymerization to go into our Perfume Dancer. Perfume Dancer's effect is a Chain Link 1. Collider Chick's effect is a Chain Link 2, targeting Polymerization. And we will not use Masquerade here. Okay. Activate Perfume and use its effect to revive our Collider Chick. Collider Chick mill the Lunalight Leo Dancer. Perfume Dancer, return Collider Chick to our hand, and then special summon it. Collider Chick mill the Yellow Marten. And now we'll link into Cross Sheet. Perfume Dancer, or Lunalight Perfume effect, discard the Polymerization, add the Lunalight Wolf from deck to hand. Pendulum Scale Wolf, use its effects. Banish Perfume Dancer, Leo Dancer, Gold Leo, and Black Sheep. Fusion summon to the zone that Cross Sheep points to. Cross Sheep's effect activates as a Chain Link 1. And Masquerade's effect activates as a Chain Link 2, returning Polymerization to our hand. We will not discard card. Alright, bring back the Collider Chick. Collider Chick effects. We send the Lunalight Leo Dancer from our extract to the graveyard. Yellow Marten, return the Wolf to the hand, special summon itself. Exceeds into number 60 Dugar as the Timeless. Dugar as the Timeless, attach 2 materials. Special summon the Collider Chick from the graveyard. Collider Chick effect, mill the Gold Leo. Link into the IP Masquerade. Pendulum Scale Wolf. Wolf effect. Banish Leo Dancer and everything that is not Silverhound. Another Liger Dancer. There you go. So we did have to discard a card from our hand for this one, but that is 3 different 1-card combos. We also have some other cards that we use to make this deck more consistent. So here's the 41 card list. 2 copies of Max C, 2 copies of Lunalight Black Sheep, 2 copies of Lunalight Silverhound, 2 copies of Collider Chick, 1 copy of Emerald Bird, 1 copy of Yellow Marten. We are playing Tri-Brigade Fractal, which can discard itself to mill Silverhound, which will allow us to special summon Gold Leo from our deck, just like how we used Masquerade earlier. 3 copies of Gold Leo, 1 copy of Lunalight Tiger, and 1 copy of Lunalight Wolf. 1 copy of Polymerization, Foolish Burial, same thing as Fractal. You can play Foolish Burial, discard Silverhound, special summon Gold Leo, there's your starter. 2 copies of Lunalight Perfume, 1 copy of Lunalight Fusion, 1 copy of Triple Tactics Talent, 2 copies of Triple Tactics Thrust, 3 copies of Heavy Polymerization, which allows you to kill your opponent when you go second, 3 copies of Fire Formation Tenki, 3 copies of Lunalight Masquerade, 3 copies of Book of Eclipse, which allows you to kill your opponent going second, 1 copy of Call by the Grave, 1 copy of the Black Goat Laughs, which is a very good card to discard off of the voluntary discard of Lunalight Masquerade, and 3 copies of Dominus Impulse. For the extra deck, we have 3 copies of Lunalight Perfume Dancer, 1 copy of Lunalight Panther Dancer, 1 copy of Guardian Chimera, 2 copies of Lunalight Leo Dancer, 2 copies of Lunalight Liger Dancer, 1 Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Tiger King, 1 copy of number 60 Dugar as the Timeless, 1 IP Masquerade, 1 Cross Sheep, 1 SP Little Knight, and 1 Mech Knight Crusadia Avramax. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. If you find this video useful, please consider becoming a member. My name is Sarafi, and I was thrilled to have all of you with me.